This presentation will walk through some tips to help you be successful in timed writing situations. Some of these tips may be familiar to you, but it's never a bad idea to review information. 1. Read the question carefully. While it may sound self-explanatory, reading the question carefully is important to ensuring that you fully address the question. Take time to read and make sure you understand what you're being asked to do. You may need to read the question a couple of times first. Then highlight, underline, circle, or otherwise mark the important words that indicate what you're being asked to do in the prompt. For example, in this prompt, the words executive summary is circled and is pointing to what the executive summary should contain, which includes the circled words of analysis, description, plan, and explanation. So if I were responding to this prompt, I know my executive summary is made up of all of these parts. These are some common keywords that you might see in timed essay prompts, and linked to this slide is a list of other keywords. Familiarize yourself with these words and their meanings so when you encounter them in the prompts, you'll understand the expectations, because while these words may seem familiar, understanding the terms in the context of essay writing is important. For example, the term examine may sound familiar, but when writing a response to a prompt, it's important to understand that it is a critical examination, which means you need to address the most important points from multiple perspectives. As we saw in the example on the last slide, a prompt can have multiple parts and multiple keywords and verbs that you can use to understand each of those parts. So again, familiarizing yourself with these terms will help you to understand the expectations. 2. Start by pre-writing. Once you understand what the question is asking, it's time to start planning. There are a variety of ways to start planning, and you've probably used some of them before. Outlining or listing is helpful when you already have clear ideas about what you're going to discuss. If you're unsure of the different elements and concepts to address, mind mapping or clustering can help you figure out how ideas and concepts should be connected. You can then also make an outline if that helps you to plan your essay. 3. Make a timed schedule for each part of the essay. In a timed environment, giving yourself a time limit for each part of the essay is important to ensure you have time to address all parts of the prompt and leave time to revise. This graphic would be helpful for a short essay or a more simplistic prompt, but as we saw in the sample prompt, a multifaceted prompt would need more time, and rather than break up your schedule by paragraph, you'd break up your schedule by topic or section of the prompt. 4. When drafting, use headings to make sure you address each part of the prompt. To help ensure that you've adequately addressed all parts of the prompt, and to keep your writing organized, you can use headings to guide your writing. If you've used an outline in your pre-writing, you should already have some ideas about what headings you can use. Headings will not only help you to organize your thoughts, but when revising at the end, headings can help you to once again check that you've addressed all parts of the prompt. Headings will also help your instructor or grader to see that you've addressed all parts of the prompt. 5. Leave time to revise at the end. It may seem like there's no time to revise in a timed essay situation, but when writing, revising is always important. Leaving time to revise is again another opportunity to make sure you're fully addressing the prompt, but it's also an opportunity to make sure that your writing is clear. When you're writing in a timed environment, or any time really, it's easy to get caught up and your mind can get ahead of your writing. So leaving time to revise gives you the opportunity to clarify, fill in gaps, and otherwise strengthen your writing. As part of your revision process, go back to the prompt and review what you highlighted. You can then compare those highlighted keywords to your headings and subheadings, and make sure your headings and subheadings align with your responses to the parts of the prompt. Then be sure to revise the thesis to ensure it addresses what you discussed in your essay. Often, once we begin writing, we make connections and have ideas we didn't have when brainstorming, so it's always important to go back to the thesis and make sure it aligns with the essay. Going through this presentation is a great start to improving your writing in a timed setting, and reviewing it multiple times is helpful, but the best preparation is practice. Use sample essay prompts and give yourself a time limit to respond. Have someone review your response and give you a score so you can see how you improve in your ability to budget time and respond to all parts of the prompt. You'll also get more familiar and comfortable with this process, so when you're in the timed environment, you'll know exactly what to do.